Please join me, that got loud. Please join me in welcoming David Berkman, a small business owner in Fayette County.
Yeah, good morning. We're a small business, not General Electric, so my notes are on this apple. I don't have a secretary. Yeah, so we're in Fayette County. NACO is a high-tech company. We're manufacturing metal parts that are used to build switches and circuit breakers and relays, and our number one market is military and aerospace. My wife Tracy and I started the business 18 years ago, and we were invited by the Job Creators Network and FreedomWorks to talk to you today. So are there any small business owners in the audience? Are any of you in manufacturing? Okay. All right, well, the small business owners know the challenges we face, and I think that groups like yours can really help small business owners. So I appreciate the chance to share my experiences. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give a very quick talk. I'm only 7 minutes. I'm going to talk about the impact that I see as a small business owner on tax policies at the county level, the state level, and if I get to it before I'm called, I have a few words on the federal. So we're in Fayette County, like I said, and as a business owner in the line of work we're in, the tax policy that I love is a free port exemption we have. It's a little known benefit if you have a company that has to keep inventory, and if you ship your inventory outside of the state of Georgia, you don't pay property taxes on it. And that's really important for us. Most of our customers are outside of Georgia. In fact, we're a net exporter to Mexico and China. We export almost every week. We send shipments over to Europe because they have a big aerospace industry there. So it's very important for me not to have to pay property taxes on my inventory. The other advantage is that my customers love that we keep things on the shelf because aerospace customers are small mix, small volume, high mix type customers. And so that's a competitive advantage that I have because Fayette County is not taxing me on my inventory. The second thing I would say about Fayette County is that we've got good schools, and you have good schools here in Coweta. I do wish that we had a career education center in Fayette County like you do here. Yours is amazing and really a standard setter for the entire state. And most of you probably know this, but thank you, Commissioner Woods, for realizing the importance of industrial education. So now I'll get to the state, and this is really where the meat is, because the state tax policies impact small business owners and manufacturers almost more than federal. First, I want to say that Georgia's a right-to-work state, and that's critical. If you don't know what right-to-work means, it means that we can hire and fire at will. I have customers and competitors who are in other countries, and in Mexico, if you let someone go, you have to pay them for a whole year. And we have a customer in France who just rolls his eyes. And anyway, we don't have to deal with those kind of things, and I appreciate the policy in the state of Georgia. It's very good. Workforce and skilled jobs, skilled candidates are very thin here in the state of Georgia. 6 years ago, when my wife and I started this new building we're in, I bought $200,000 CNC machines that sat for a year because I couldn't find anyone to turn them on. And the job pays $60,000 a year. That was 6 years ago. A lot of people were stunned when I told them about that, but now when I talk about skilled, actually there's no room for me to talk about the lack of skilled job because you hear all the leaders talking about it. The state is doing a great job. The awareness is way up. Lieutenant Governor's done some good things there. We're still way behind China, Germany, and other areas where they have very strong apprenticeship programs that feed industries with skilled people. But the awareness is getting better and better, and I think Georgia's on the right path. Doesn't help me fill my jobs today, but we're going in the right direction. When you create jobs in the state of Georgia, you get incentives for your capital investment and for the jobs you make. Overall, I say these are great, and Georgia's been very successful recruiting a lot of big companies. There's one thing I want to point out, though, as a small business, and I was invited to speak to you from my small business owner perspective. In the state of Georgia, not every county is equal. For example, in Fayette County, I have to make 25 new jobs at a time in one project in order to qualify for job creation tax incentives. If I were to do the same thing in Upson County, only 5 jobs. And since my name isn't Bill Gates or Rockefeller, it's very difficult for me to make 25 new jobs at one time. So, Fayette County, on the other hand, and Coweta County are nice counties. The schools are good, and this is where you're going to want to set up your business if you're in high-tech industry, because you need engineers and you need people who want to send their kids to good schools. So if you're a high-tech small business in the state of Georgia, you're kind of slipping between the cracks unless you're creating and you're coming in and you're making 25 new jobs at once. So I'd like to see that changed. If there's an ask, if I could ask anything from this group or any other leaders, I really would like to see the job creation incentives level and the same for all counties in the state of Georgia, and I'd like to see them start at 5 jobs. Georgia has an amazing worker trainer program. They have a custom program called Quick Start. It's amazing, and it's helped launch Gulfstream expansions, Hyundai, you name it. But to use Quick Start, you have to start 16 new jobs in one category. I mean, it's an amazing program, but we're a small modular manufacturing system, so I don't have any more than 3 or 4 jobs in any one skill. So unfortunately, as great as Quick Start is, I can't use it. So that's another thing I'd like to see tweaked at the state level. Okay. The last thing I'll do is I'll touch a little bit on federal tax policy. I understand that there's some really nice platforms and advocacy groups in room next door. I haven't had a chance to look. But one of my pet peeves is I am an American company. I am domiciled in Fayette County, Georgia, and we have been since day one. But I have customers who are also supposed to be American companies, but they're domiciled in the Bahamas, or they're domiciled in Ireland. And some of their biggest factories are in Mexico or they're in China. And I don't mind shipping to them because that's an export to me. But my wife and I could domicile our company in the Bahamas or some other tax haven, but we don't think that's right, okay? And one of the things I would like to see, I'd like to see a level playing field. I think an American company, and I'm not a politician, I'm a businessman, but I think an American company should be domiciled in the United States and pay U.S. taxes. And thank you. And in my dream, in my fantasy, me as a small business who's supposedly making 80% of the new jobs in the economy, pay less taxes on the federal level because the big guys who are sending the jobs overseas are paying more taxes. That's my dream. So if you get a chance to help me, please. Yeah, to wrap up, I think I was supposed to ask if there's any Q&A. And if not, then thank you very much. I want to pass the mic over to FreedomWorks Chief Economist, Dr. Wayne Bro, and he's going to talk to you about FreedomWorks. And come on up, Dr. Bro. Thank you.